Hi, my name's Laura, and I'm founder of Discovering My Purpose, a nonprofit organization aimed at helping people live more meaningful lives. Participation is free and open to all who are 13 years of age and older. So in my last video, I talked about the power of purpose, and a natural question comes to mind. If purpose is so awesome, why aren't more of us living purposeful lives? Depending on the study that you read, people report between 20 to 25% of us live lives of purpose. In his book, What Should I Do with My Life?, Po Bronson found that the biggest obstacle for people discovering their purpose is that they don't even give themselves permission to ask the question. So the very fact that you're here is a big step. Another challenge that Po Bronson discovered in his interviews is that when you're thinking, okay, this is my life purpose, this is my calling, there's an understandable sense that this should be a revelation. It should be like a bolt from the blue, powerful and clear. And in his interviews, he found that that's hardly ever the case. Most of the time, people start their journey pretty confused, pretty muddled up, and only get clearer as time passes. So as you're walking this path, keep that in mind. Be patient with yourself and be patient with the process, because unfortunately, we don't have any magic wands here. But with that said, this process does rest upon the work of great minds. Dr. Marty Seligman, Dr. Laura King, Dr. David Cooper-Ryder, and last but not least, Dr. Tal BenShhar. That's a lot of doctors. Dr. Tal BenShhar is a Harvard-trained psychologist, and while he was teaching at Harvard, he created the most popular class they've had in their history. He then repurposed that class and offered it through the Whole Being Institute, and that's how I was lucky enough to have a year's worth of study with him. So the elements of the process that you'll be walking through have been scientifically validated. It's not just stuff that I made up. So it's good stuff, and it's been proven to be impactful. Now, while this is a powerful process, it doesn't mean that your path to purpose is going to look like this. It's more likely to look like this. I wish that we could move forward in a straight line, but that is rarely how things work. In my personal experience, is my path to purpose definitely looked more like the second slide. And yet, as I went down all these tangents and rabbit holes, I was building a skill set that I now need in order to grow discovering my purpose. So if you step off your path and it feels like you go down some roads that maybe aren't exactly in the direction of your purpose, just realize that maybe you are building the same kind of skill set that will support you when you ultimately do find your purpose. So have patience with yourself. When Michelangelo first saw the block of marble that would become the most famous statue in the world, he reported that he saw David in the depths, and all he needed to do was chip away in order to reveal David to the world. I invite you to think about this process in much the same way. Your purpose already lives within you, and these exercises exist in order to help you chip down to your core self. They exist in order to help quiet down the noise so that you can better hear your authentic voice. So are you ready? All right, well, click step 1 and go ahead and get started.